This FM 104.3.
At this point, I was discussing it with some friends some few days ago, and I said that in the next few, years to come, a lot of people walk out of parliament and politics when they begin to find new avenues. Because why are they not channel? Finding an alternative becomes difficult. But once people begin to find alternative, a lot of people walk away. And that's why I think that we should have a realistic conversation on this thing. And that's why I have drawn in the NDC side. Say, the number of NDC side for almost at that point, time I almost primaries, almost and this one, our side, so say 18 of them. Let's begin to ask what's going on. Say BR, as I say, they will begin to look for new ways of improving upon Otherwise, the competitive democracy we are practicing in Ghana is premised on parliamentary democracy.
Okay.
Yes, it's more parliamentary led. And if there's a certain dissolution of the parliamentary democracy, then there's a dissolution of the entire democracy that we are building.
Okay.
Because as for executive, at every point in time, there's always executive authority, whether it is monarchical, oligarchical, or whatever system of governance that it is, whether it is authoritarian, there's always a form of executive authority. And also, once there's executive authority, there's always a judicial system there, because even the executive those days even in Oko Ahimfie, there's some inherent judicial powers in Ahimfie that they can call you and ask you questions and adjudicate on issues. But the parliamentary side is completely different. It has the representation of the people in the process, and that's what makes it the democracy that we have currently. And I think that democracy in Abuayen is much better than any form of governance, than military dictatorship or whatever governance form that we could have adopted. And I think, that is my thinking. Osho Obiti said Joe Wise, fantastic legislator by all standards. Fantastic, yes, by all standards. So for Obiti said Joe Wise to get up and say, maybe he's fatigued. Osho Bekwai, what he has been able to do there over the period, if it's not just say wabre, and he genuinely wished to see a young person takes over, it is for any other reason. I think that we need a certain national conversation on this topic. Politicians here in Kayasem, but Prof, it's no joke.
Anyway, Mama has a prof. You bet me I come once and I'm
it's no joke. I say, ferry, say, Yasem, and now you throw whatever it is, but the narrative here, behind the scenes, that everybody's talking. We all know how this thing looks now. Know it, but willingly we are not discussing. We are not talking about it. But we have to, for the sake and sanctity of what we have, that we do not corrupt it entirely and we do not destroy it entirely. I think that we should open up and have an honest national conversation on this thing.
Prof.
Nana.
This FM 104.3. Good to meet you.